Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Eso, this is EsoTarot, and in today's reading we are going to be looking at what good karma and blessings are coming to you. If you've clicked on this video, it is meant for you. These are blessings or good karma or whatever you believe in on their way to you. You can choose both, you can choose one or the other depending on your belief system. I just wanted to cover all of my bases. I wanted to include blessings and then also like blessings that could have been generated from just goodness you've already put out there. But yeah, I wanted to, in the spirit of the last time I did this video, I just shuffled a bunch of different tarot decks and oracle decks. So all of the same decks are in these groups. So if you're stressed about like picking based on card, you don't need to. But we are just gonna look at in general what good karma and blessings are coming to you, and then we are going to finish off with a postcard from the universe, your guides, whatever you believe in. Stick around for intro squad if you want a little crystal lesson, because we have 3 different groups for you to choose from today. And starting with the first group number 1, we have the first stack of oracle cards, and I have this piece of industrial slag that looks like a boot. And then for group number 2, we have the second stack of oracle cards, and I have this fluorite unicorn on top. And then for group number 3, we have the third stack of oracle cards, and I have this druzy agate star on top. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. It's possible there could be multiple blessings or multiple messages and readings for you. Take what resonates, don't let the rest take from you, but this is quite simple. There's nothing you need to do in order to receive. The fact that you were drawn to this video, the fact that you clicked on this video, that tells me that goodness is coming your way. I mean, hey, it's already here. You clicked on the video, am I right? But for my friends that love a little extra pile picking help, I actually wasn't going to do this, but I changed my mind as I was literally doing this intro. So we're just going to use this deck that I had nearby. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's an Etsy hexagonal deck. But for those that are meant to pick group 1, what signs, symbols, synchronicities, messages could help my lovely friends that are meant to pick group 1, please? So we have Earth, physical. So if you have been, so first of all, if you are an Earth sign, or if you are watching during the time when the sun is in a Earth astrological sign, so like for example, if you're watching during Taurus season, which is like Taurus season, Virgo season, or Capricorn season, which is, you know, end of April to May, like mid to late May, end of August, mid to late September, end of December to mid to late January. You could be near a mountain range, or mountains could be significant. If you've seen any black and white like movies recently, or you know, if you have been consuming media that's black and white, so like for example a physical book, or a newspaper, or if you have been like, I'm thinking of like a feather and quill like ink drawings. The song Physical by Dua Lipa could be significant, or maybe just Dua Lipa in general. The phrase down to earth or slice of humble pie could be significant. That's a deep cut. Bye, sister. Yeah, if you've thought of any historical internet events, this could be your group. Heart, the band Heart, or the heart center could be significant. Also, if you have just been indulging in earth activities like hanging out in nature or gardening or, I don't know, digging holes, this could be your group. Or if you're wearing black or white, that could be significant. Where did I put the dang? The deck blended in with the table. I couldn't find it. What about group 2, please? What about those that are meant to pick group 2? What signs, symbols, messages, anything that could help group 2 know that this group is for them, please? Ooh, we have full moon, so manifest. So one thing that I think is significant is this also looks like an aurora in the sky. So the name Aurora, Colorado, Aurora as in like the Disney princess, Sleeping Beauty, could be significant. Full moon. If you've gotten any booty pics recently or sent any booty pics recently, that could be significant. If you're watching this on or near a full moon, if you were born on a full moon, if you've been manifesting or done a manifestation ritual recently, this could be for you. Tie-dye, if you've been doing any tie-dyeing, that could be for you. I'm also hearing the phrase, like, shout out to Girl Scouts, a circle is round, it has no end, that's how long I want to be your friend. So anything coming full circle. And then my cursed brain, I just thought of sea bears from SpongeBob. Circles, make sure if you're ever in danger of being around a sea bear, don't wear a sombrero upside down, and definitely don't draw an oval around yourself. That is an episode of SpongeBob that I think is really funny, and if you've never seen SpongeBob, the sea bear episode might be a good... I mean, there's obviously far more iconic ones that's like later, but this is not a SpongeBob review group. Okay, but SpongeBob, we'll add that since I've been talking about that so much. But what about for group 3? What signs, symbols, and things could be significant for group 3, please? So for group 3, we have crystal with soul support. So the name crystal could be significant. If you've gotten any like body work or healing work done recently, like massage or Reiki, or maybe you do that. If you've gotten crystals recently or are drawn to crystals, this looks like amethyst. So amethyst crystals or like purple crystals could be significant. If you're in like a city or specifically like downtown of a city, that could be significant. These kind of reminded me of like skyscrapers. Also the number 4, Emperor energy could be significant. Diamonds and Rihanna and the Rihanna song Diamonds could be significant. You could be wearing purple. I'm also thinking of The Simpsons and the very iconic quote, do you have any fruit? This has purple in it. Purple is a fruit. The quote is purple is a fruit, but it's from an episode of The Simpsons, a very sweet episode of The Simpsons. I have a lot of knowledge of cartoons with goofy characters in them, I guess. But The Simpsons, classic Simpsons though, I haven't seen the modern stuff and I don't want to. Maybe I'm being unfairly judgmental, but if Conan O'Brien didn't write it, I don't want to watch it. Okay, so those are the... Also, like, for my group 3s as well, like, if you've just been in a place where, like, you've been, like, having a lot of, like, visions or, like, psychic phenomena, or, like, you've just been trying to get in tune with your soul more, group 3 could be for you as well. But it is crystal lesson time. I'd like to draw you to our lovely boot here. Now, this is not a rant because I did not get tricked. I knew exactly what I was buying, but I don't want you to get tricked. I buy rocks because I love rocks. Any benefits beyond that I will take, but I am not, I don't need my rocks to do anything for me other than be pretty, let's just say. And this is basically industrial waste that you will probably see marketed, you probably already have seen it marketed, as something called glacierite. Now, I'm not saying not to buy it, but there's a lot of crystal scams are basically just marketing schemes. And it's really funny. Like, I think if anyone has ever judged me in my work and thinks I'm a scammer and they're in like a field like marketing or economics, I just like kind of have to cackle. Like, if you work for the IRS and you think I'm a scammer, like, okay. That being said, this is not something that was made just organically in the ground. This was made by the sins of man, and we were made by the sins of man. So I don't see any problems with it. I like that. I think this looks sick, and I don't care that it's industrial waste, but you might. And so if you come across a stone if you come across this and someone's saying, oh, this is glacierite and it will like it'll just, I don't know, glam up your chakras or whatever. Maybe it will. I can't say I felt more or less glam after acquiring ownership of this piece, but what I can say is that it looks cool. And there's nothing wrong with buying industrial waste if it's something that brings you joy, which it does for me. But you might be upset if you bought something that was marketed to you as something that it wasn't. But the crystal community does this a lot. And so I actually wanted to show you some examples. So one of them is K2 stone. Now, I don't even know if this one is real, but I think you can tell quite obviously if one of them is real, which one it is. Now, K2 stone is just supposed to be stone, a specific type of stone that's I think it's only found and only mined around the K2 mountain range. This is very obviously not K2. You can tell it's granite that's literally just been painted. Now, I love her. I would never change her. I think if anything, she's a work of art, but she's not what she's marketed as. I don't know if K2 is supposed to be really expensive. Oh wait, does that say 82 or 28? I was gonna say that's 28. I'm like, definitely did not spend $82 on this stone. That would be absurd. I think this is actual K2 stone. As you can see, it obviously looks a lot more natural and it doesn't have like paint on it. Love them both, but if you want the authentic thing, this came from Loving Thyself Rocks. They're typically pretty reputable, but I mean, they're also great at marketing. Inner Vision Crystals, INNERVISION crystals.com. I would say are the most like trustworthy crystal seller. I've bought tons of crystals from them. That's where I would get like moldavite and stuff like that. I would just be really careful, honestly, with like Etsy and things like that. Like Etsy is a slot market now. And I feel really bad for small sellers because like you're not getting anything. But well, I mean, you might be getting something, but it's probably not what's advertised and it's probably way too expensive. Another thing that's not necessarily a scam, but another thing I wanted to mention is citrine. There's a difference between heat-treated citrine and just citrine dug out of the ground. This is citrine dug out of the ground, and you can tell because it is like almost entirely see-through. She's gorgeous. We love her. This is amethyst that's been heated up very, very high, and it turns into this yellowish color, and it is what is called heat-treated citrine. So if you want raw dog citrine, look for citrine that looks like this. This is definitely going to be cheaper, but I don't know if you'd consider it citrine or amethyst. And there are crystals called ametrine, which I do have. I'll just grab it and show you, because why not? We're here. Why not? I think I actually did. This is a really cool example of it. This is actually like a carved dragon. Ametrines, you can kind of see better. Like, it looks like it's like this isn't heat. I don't think this is heat treated. If it is, I don't know, but it looks like this is just naturally occurring. But yeah, I don't know. I would need a geologist or someone that's better at like the actual chemical makeup of rocks to like say whether or not my layman's guess is that I don't think that, I would say that this is just hot amethyst. And I would say this is citrine, but everybody calls this citrine, so maybe it is citrine. I don't know. Maybe it's citrine by virtue of transformation. But I don't know if it actually, I don't know if amethyst and citrine, like they probably do have similar chemical like makeups or like atomic, I don't know. I don't know how things and stuff work. All I know is that marketers are full of shit. And so hopefully those little lessons will help you. Maybe another time we'll talk tektites, because tektites are a common scam as well. Those are things like moldavite and Libyan desert glass. So my question for you, intro squad, after all of that is, what's a common myth or something you want to dispel? Whether it's because you're an expert or just, you know, it's a fact that you know isn't true, that you just want to share. Go for it. I would love to hear. I love learning about stuff like that. And I hope that you enjoyed today's Crystal Corner, where I gave you information. Okay, so that is all I have to share today and our intro squad. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. We are going to go ahead now and get into the reading. So go ahead and scroll down to the comment section or the description box where I will have all the timestamps listed below. And once you have picked your group, all groups, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Industrial Slag Boot and this first stack of Oracle cards, this is going to be your reading on good karma and blessings coming to you at this time. Check out the intro if you want a little crystal lesson in marketing scams. You can check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and lay your cards down. So I'm going to be a little bit uncomfortably close to the mic and then I will sit down when we are done. So then I will be at a safe distance and not breathing down your neck. Okay, so for starters, we have visualization, imagination, focus, experience, manifestation. We have handwriting with authenticity. And didn't I mention for your group, like black and white, like ink, that's sick. I love things. We have nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. I just want to say this already, like some of the blessings that are coming to you, like whatever time you have been spending in nature, and I guess this is a message in general, like nature spirits are hungry. And I don't mean that in the sense of like we need to eat people. They're starved for attention and connection. And you don't even need to be consciously like aware of their existence or even believe in their existence to like connect to them. Like one thing I'm hearing is just appreciating the environment they're a part of and just like acting harmoniously within that environment. Like that coexistence is very healing, I guess. All of this is coming through. Use your own discernment, but I guess there's just a lot of good nature spirit energy around you. And I think that if you felt like warm or playful or even mischievous presences around you, I feel like there's no like harm that wants to befall you, but I do think there is interest and intrigue around you. So like when you are outside, if you see something weird, like I don't know if it's your eyes playing tricks on you or maybe you catching a little something, but I can see that the beings that you visit in nature and that you are that you share proximity with, they love it when you're outside with them and they love being around you. I will say I love being here because I'm already so comfortable and free flowing. That's always a good sign. You guys got two of these cards. So we have you're protected. It's go time. You're currently being protected. The universe has your best interests at heart. Move forward fearlessly and have courage. I'm just going to move the crystal because that's what's going to be easier. we have enjoy the process. It's time to stop and enjoy the present. Your future is being taken care of by the universe. I think that in of itself is a bit of a good blessing, right? But let's get into your tarot. We also have the Five of Wands. I stand my ground and look for peace. We have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Four of Wands. And we have Cleopatra with independence. Okay, on like a big grand level, the amount of like good karma that you have acquired from what you are doing by just being yourself and breaking generational cycles, you may not even recognize quite yet how many generational cycles you're breaking, because like one thing I want to point out is like some of these cycles you are consciously aware of, but I don't think you fully recognize the fact that you're already addressing them. Like, conscious awareness is one of the first steps to addressing it, but like I feel like you beat yourself up whenever there's an urge, or like you worry that you're falling into that pattern, or like when the pattern like gets the best of you, you know, on a Tuesday. But the thing is like you're already doing so much to rewrite that pattern, and I feel like the universe just wants to thank you, and like your ancestors want to thank you for that blessing. I think that a lot of things that you may not like about the family system that you inherited and that you came into, no matter how much you love your family, of course, whether you do or you don't, is fine. But I feel like there's a lot of things that you may feel like, you know, I just don't want to pass this down, like certain habits and patterns. And I feel like the universe is saying, not only are you not passing it down, but I think you are ending certain aspects of your ancestral line in terms of like generational patterns that are unhealthy. I feel like you're ending them and like cutting them at the root, and that's really powerful. Like, you're so powerful. I'm it's 5 minutes in and I haven't sat down. I lied to you. I apologize. So let me sit down and let's get into this more deeply. I don't want to say that you're getting your mojo back, because I honestly don't think you ever lost it. But what I am seeing here is that if it hasn't started already, life is about to get a lot easier for you. And not only a lot easier, but more exciting. And you're going to be attracting a lot. There's a lot of inspiration coming your way. And all of this really has to do with you actually taking up space and being unapologetically yourself. So like I once again, like, me and the universe would like to thank you for being for stepping deeper into your authenticity, because number one, I think you're I think you know how good it feels to be yourself, but maybe you've struggled in the past with how much of myself can I be without like overthinking every interaction I had, or like turning people off. Like, I think one blessing that's coming to you is a sense of liberation from the concerns of acquaintances and strangers, but also people close to you, around you, that you worry may not get you. I feel like there's this beautiful energy of self-empowerment around you, and within, and let's be clear, within you, embodied by you. And if you don't feel that yet, I think you will be feeling more and more of that every single day. And I actually think a lot of this, like some of this is just blessings, but I do feel this very like strong energy that the loving beings around you want you to know that all the goodness that's coming your way, number one, some of it is goodness that's been delayed, because it's just taken you time to step in to more of your confidence and your full authenticity and just more of yourself. But two, like, a lot of the goodness coming your way is simply just because you've had the courage to step up and be more of yourself. So the fact that we have you're protected, it's go time, you not only have your best interests at heart, but like you have the universe's best interests at heart. Like the way that you know, I'm just getting visuals of like, you know, an audience like going wild, like an audience cheering, you know, like seeing your favorite team score, I guess, like that energy of cheering. Like I feel that energy around you in terms of like the beings that guide and love and protect you. That is how they feel, seeing you step into more of yourself and thrive, which is just making me grin from ear to ear. So I hope you're grinning from ear to ear too, because like you're really giving like Puss in Boots from Shrek energy. Like I was kind of thinking of that with the boot anyway, like but you have this mighty fierceness to you, and I think that you're learning to let go of the feeling like you need to temper it, and thank God for that, because I think that you didn't lose your mojo, but I do think you have exhausted yourself, and maybe at times frustrated yourself to the point of burnout, because like it's almost like there's a part of you that would not allow yourself to go full throttle in terms of like being yourself. Like you might have felt like you need to contain yourself or suppress your reactions or suppress how you interact with people or suppress your sense of humor or just, you know, be like the kind of type of person to go along to get along. And one of the beautiful blessings that I see is that you're putting that down. And in fact, with this Five of Wands here, one of the blessings that you might be getting might be a blessing in disguise, and it might come in the form of an argument with someone. And whoever this person is, for some of you, it could be a long time coming. For others, it could come out of nowhere. But what I see happening here is like, I can't tell you what the outcome and results of the argument will be, because honestly, I think it depends on the type of person, what your connection is to them, like whether they are generally a positive influence in your life or not. Like all of those things are heavily dependent for each of you. But what I do see is that whatever happens, this argument is going to spark more confidence and reassurance in you, where any fear of conflict that you have been having or any truths that you have been holding back, saying them is not only going to bring you more energy, but it's also going to be evidence that you need, that you can trust yourself in challenging situations, especially on the fly. Like I feel like there is a part of you that maybe you've just been giving a lot of your energy to other people, or you've kind of felt like, well, I can't be my full self, because maybe you felt like dependent on certain things or entities or like environments that, you know, ask you to be a little bit smaller or require you to be a little bit less than all of yourself. And I see you letting go of that, especially with this like independence energy coming through with Cleopatra. I think that one blessing that's coming to you is like a very strong, healthy sense of self-connection. But I also see you in the process learning to slow down and gaining so much inspiration from your environment and also from your own imagination. One thing that I see coming back as well to you, there is a message here for those of you that imbibe in like cannabis. I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but if you are overindulging, if it's safe for you to take a break, that might be helpful. I mean, I don't know, maybe the effect is different for you, but I know, like, personally, I feel like when I'm indulging too much in that specifically, I do feel like, I mean, like, its main purpose for me is like, so I don't have to dream as vividly as I do when I'm not, because I've had vivid dreams my whole life and it's super exhausting and stressful. And a lot of times, like, just the level of detail I have in my dreams, I just wake up mad because I'm like, that could have been an email. I didn't need to remember that. Like, that's ridiculous. if you didn't know, cannabis can like lessen the amount of REM sleep you have. But I'm not recommending anything. I am actually what I'm saying is sobriety, I think, could be good for you if that's something that, you know, you feel could be helpful for you, or if you feel like you're struggling to like get into your like psychic senses, psychic energy. And truthfully, it is better to just be sober if you are going to do any sort of psychic work. But here's another beautiful blessing that I see as well, is that your inner world is underutilized, and one of the blessings coming to you is greater attunement to your inner world and greater trust in your ability to either let your inner world lead or take the lead when it comes to connecting with your inner world in ways that are beneficial for you. So one example that I see this happening in is through visualization, and powerfully so. Not only are you like this gift of visualization that's coming to you, it's not that you don't already visualize things. Although I will say, like, if you can't put pictures in your mind's eye, then how you visualize things might be writing things down, or, you know, just intending to see something, or speaking it in your mind. It might look a little bit different. But like what I see here is the ability to quantum heal. I believe we all, like, okay, what I'm about to tell you is not coming from scientific knowledge. It's coming from lived experience, and also what my friends have told me. And my friends are smart and cool, so like I do trust and believe them. One of my friends, you may know her, happy souls, happy twins, 1111, Miss Charlotte. She's the best. We were talking about, like, essentially, okay, I'm getting off track. I'm getting a little distracted. But you know what? I think that's okay in this group, because I think you need that. Like, you need to know that your chaos is welcome, and also that, like, maybe what you perceive as chaos is just you not self-editing to the point of diluting your essence. I like to call it going to my mind palace. But I guess the best way I can explain this is when you are in a situation you don't want to be in, or you're really bored, or you do something where you go off into your head. School was awful for me. I did not enjoy going to public school. I did not enjoy being in that environment. And I spent most of my time in school in my mind palace, you know, having fantasies that comforted me and going on little adventures in my head. Now, the way that my lovely friend explained this to me is that that's actually like healing. Like I was doing something protective without even realizing it. And I think we all kind of have the ability to do this. And so circling back, the point of what I'm saying here is I think that you are going to, if you haven't gotten the ability already, I think I'm partially sharing the information that you can receive this blessing now, that anytime you want to receive healing or you want to generate a feeling, you can literally just go within your own imagination and visualize it the way you want to. I'm thinking of the movie Happy Gilmore. You know, in that movie, his mentor tells him to go to his happy place, you know, and so for you, your happy place might be something different. But not only do you have the ability to heal in this space, you also have the ability to create in this space. And so what you're going to see here is that the more intentional you are with what you want to create and bring about, the more you start to see it show up in the world around you. And not only is that bringing you comfort, but it's also bringing you time. One of the blessings that's coming to you is more time. And it's not because the time bank found out that it owed you a payment, although many banks probably owe us. I can't devolve into another economy rant. I need to focus. You're gaining more time because you're slowing down in ways that speed life up. Because rather than, let's say, like being distracted and diffusing your energy in a bunch of different places, you're actually, if not already, if you're not experiencing this already, you're going to be experiencing a pull. Like, if you could, you know, watch TV for an hour or nap for an hour, like, you're gonna take nap. If, like, anything that takes your focus and mind away from yourself or away from your own generation, internal generation, you won't be drawn to as much. I see you actually going pretty deep into your own inner world and creating from that place in powerful ways, gaining inspiration that is uplifting to you. But also, I see past issues that might resurface, especially when it comes to self-expression, authenticity, and like standing up for yourself, standing up for what's right, and just standing in your power. I see the fears of the consequences of that dissipating more and more, and past wounding around experiences where you felt belittled or disempowered, or you know, using your power backfired on you, for example. That fear is dissipating, and it's actually being replaced with the skills and the confidence to, number one, be able to face those possibilities again, and number two, not let those possibilities stop you. Your idea of what's possible for you in life is about to expand by a lot. And one thing I want to say as well is two very specific blessings coming to you is, number one, there could be a celebration, a reunion, or a homecoming that's very special. There could be a wedding happening or a commitment of some kind, a commitment ceremony. There could be a graduation or a family celebration or a birthday that brings the two, like, well, I just said the two of you. I don't know if there's a specific person you had in mind, but if you are wanting to generate more closeness with someone, I see that not only happening here, but I would once again circle back to the encouragement to visualize how you want that dynamic to be, or visualize how you want your relationships to be, how you want people to treat you. I just really see you coming into your own in a beautiful, unapologetic way. And one thing that I will say as well is we have all fire here. And I think that's really powerful and really beautiful. And I'm thinking about the fact that, you know, fires, like, let's say like forest fires, for example, like, yes, they can be destructive, but also they can be necessary to like regenerate life. And so you might be going through, so one of the blessings that you might be experiencing that might be a little bit confusing is things might be kind of going up in flames a little bit, but it's like you're the one that's setting it on fire. Okay, this is a deep cut and this is not going to be for all of you, but if you want to feel the energy of what I'm trying to describe, watch CL from 21, her live performance of The Baddest Female and MTBD. It's so fierce. It's so fierce. It's so good. At least from what I remember. But like, CL just like in that performance, like just has so much like powerful energy. It's such King of Wands energy. And this is the energy that I see you in. Loud, unapologetic, funny as hell, creative as hell, attractive as hell. Let's talk about that as well. If you are trying to get in the sack, or if you've lost your libido, you're getting it back. I would definitely say that if you are trying to do the devil's tango, I think you have the opportunity to attract a lot of different partners, or the partner that you want. And I would also say as well, this opportunities for travel are going to be arising. And not only that, I feel like just opportunities for like little adventures. I feel like people might be reaching out to you to just, you know, have a fun day together. So I think one of the blessings coming to you is just more quality time with people you care about, and a feeling of not only coming home to yourself, but like feeling at home with the people that care about you, and getting to spend quality time with them, especially if you haven't. Like I said, there could specifically be a wedding or some sort of like specific celebration that is definitely going to be a blessing. And I feel like for some of you specifically, this might be a celebration where you are where people are seeing a version of you maybe they've never seen for the first time. And I think one of the blessings here is that you're either going, like, that's either going to be received very well, or it's going to feel so good, and the people around you that do receive you well are also going to be making you feel so good that anyone that doesn't accept you, like, you're either not going to notice or you're not going to be bothered by it. If anything, I think it's actually going to give you more, like, it's just gonna make you feel like, wow, this is all the more reason why I should have just been embracing myself all along. Like, I think, like, the biggest thing too though is that, like, there's really not a whole lot of questioning here. Like, instead of it being like impulse, thought, action, there's inspired impulse creating easy action. So, like I said, you're getting this gift of life slowing down so that things speed up. And you're not questioning the inspiration you get because it activates you. Like, you feel it in your body. It either lifts your heart or it gives you energy or it just makes you literally want to get up. It's your time to go and go after what you've been wanting. And if you don't know what you want, if you've been in this place of, like, you know, like, you recognize all the potential you have, or you recognize all the skills you have, but you don't know, like, what it is you want to do. I think honestly, like, or what your next move should be. I do feel like part of your next move is about, like, realizing that you don't have to have it figured out and that you can take the time to figure that out. Like, with this, you're protected, it's go time. Like, you will know. It's honestly not even about knowing. Like, when it's time for you to take action and do something, there's not going to be any second guessing, because, like, the amount of excitement and emphasis and passion just around the idea itself is so magnetic and powerful that there isn't really much room or space for doubt. And I think one of the blessings that you're going to be seeing as well is just the more that you act on what feels true to you, and the more you take the lead, the more you will see, like, oh, I knew what I needed all along. Oh, like life is about to get a lot easier for you, and life is also about to slow down in ways that are really refreshing for you. And I also just see a level of stability and security here, where no matter what's happening around you, nothing can shake you. Unless you're like the only thing shaking you is yourself. Like, you're slay the boots house down. Like, that's what you're doing. Like, I'm just so proud of you. I don't know what to say other than I'm just so proud of you. And, like, you're just about to have so much energy, just such a zest for life. And you are about to be so unapologetic. It's not even funny. Not only that, the number 4 seems to be quite significant. And 4 is a number of stability, and to me, it's a number of security. It's also a number of foundations. So the things that you are building or are inspired to build or inspired to create in the future, I do feel like they are things that are going to be a more constant part of your life. But I also see, like, one of the blessings coming into your life is just more stability in general, more opportunities to celebrate, more quality time with the people you care about. And if the people in your life are hard to spend quality time with, or, like, if you are just like, you know, I love the people in my life, or I'm about the people in my life, but I would like to meet other people, that is here as well. The opportunity to make new connections, and also just a feeling of liberation from needing to consider other people's perspectives as much as you have been, and realizing, I feel like you've spent a lot of time listening to other people and tempering your own reactions and responses, and tempering your own perspectives because you want to be palatable and cooperative. But honestly, like, if someone doesn't find you palatable, like, they can choke on you. I don't care. Like, maybe you shouldn't be trying to eat something bigger than you can chew, bitch. Like, it's not your problem. And I wasn't calling you bitch. I was calling whoever is like mad about choking on you. Hey, but maybe they want to choke on you, and that's a different story. And that goes back to this Ace of Wands thing. So we do have that. And I do think in general, like, you might find that you're just more active and more in your body than you have been. And I think life's just about to get sillier and also more badass. And I think that, you know, whatever fights that you are fighting, or whatever fights come up, that whatever you're fighting, it's a good fight. And I think that you are going to recognize that. And I think, honestly, you know, I stand my ground and look for peace. Peace isn't always going along to getting along, or agreeing to disagree, or finding a compromise for just the sake of ending it. Sometimes finding peace is speaking your truth and letting others deal with that. You know, obviously tact is important, but if the King of Wands is here, I don't think we need to have a conversation about tact. I think, and honestly, anyone with this much fire energy, I mean, I have an Aries stellium, so I get it. I have a bad case of the Aries scaries. If you do have fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, stellium, anything like that, or like, for example, you have like first house stellium, fifth house stellium, or ninth house stellium, just fire energy in general. You probably are quite familiar with the consequences of burning a little too bright. Sometimes we can singe other people's eyebrows off. But other people's eyebrows, like, you're starting to learn, are not your business, and maybe they shouldn't stand so close, you know? I really just see you being an unapologetic leader, and not only taking the lead in your own life, but choosing to reject mass consciousness that doesn't work for you, and also living by convictions that give you energy and passion for life, instead of wasting your time arguing with people that just like either want to be miserable or don't want to see life your way. Like, you're done arguing with people that go at it in bad faith. Like, you are a good faith person. And I think what you'll find is that it is remarkably easy for you to redirect your focus and energy to those who act with you in good faith. And also, I think what you'll realize as well is that you save a lot of time and energy when you don't feel like you need to constantly give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, trust your discernment. And that's one of the blessings as well. Like, you gaining such a developed sense of self is meant to help you with discernment. And that's not to say that, you know, if you discern that someone or something isn't right for you, that doesn't mean that they're automatically bad or wrong. You know, it just may not be right for you, and that's totally fine. And I think that, like, you're done defending yourself unnecessarily, but also at the same time, you feel more protected than ever, because you know you can hold your own in a fight worth taking on, and you lose nothing by saying no to battles that aren't yours to fight to begin with. I really, really see. I also, too, I think you could get some communication from someone who, like, and this is specific, so you actually have to let me know if this message is for you, but whenever you do see this, save this video and come back to it. But somebody might admit to you either that they miss you, or that how they treated you was because they were jealous. And one thing I want to say about this person is that if they do say that, it takes a lot of courage to do. So whoever this person is, they might be worth hearing out. But also, it may just be a matter of, you might hear it through a third party and then just find out you were right. But for some of you, I do feel like someone might kind of come crawling back with their tail between their legs and be like, you were right. Now, what you choose to do as a result, you don't need to take someone back or accept someone back into your life just because they're sad or they miss you. I really do think the point and purpose of this interaction is to, number one, show you that your discernment is more accurate than you realize, and number two, I think it's meant to show you and this person, if it is a one-on-one interaction that they direct toward you, it's meant to show them who you really are, because ultimately you are not going to treat them the same way that they treated you. I would also say as well, if you are wanting direct communication with like higher guidance, automatic writing is something you might want to look into as well. But speaking of automatic writing, we are going to go ahead and finish your reading off with a little postcard. This can be from your angels, spirit guides, your own higher self, your own inner self, SpongeBob. I really don't care. Whatever you believe in, whatever gives you life. But also, if you enjoyed this, thanks for leaving me a little like ski so other people can find this video. But honestly, I'm just really excited for you. I will say one blessing as well is that you may find that things that you've been holding back on doing, you either realize like now's the time to do it and you're just going for it, or things that you were hesitant to do on your own, you now realize like, oh, I only need myself for this venture. And also one thing I'm seeing as well, if there's any dynamics in your life where there needs to be like, where there's like codependency, I see necessary corrections happening so that like either the dynamic is healthier, or like boundaries are set in ways that just allow you to have enough independence to make decisions for yourself. If it's something extreme, like you need to like cut someone off, like you'll know. But I really do think like whatever it is, you're just kind of naturally and easily making the choices that are best for you, because now that you're now that you're not like throwing away firewood to make sure that your fire isn't too hot, like you just know what fuels your fire and what puts it out. And it's like going to be really easy to make certain decisions. And I think what's going to blow your mind are all the blessings that come as a result of you just asking for things or taking the lead or just taking certain risks. Because even if they don't pay off, like you'll realize you survived. I think one of the blessings coming to you as well is that you're no longer afraid of rejection. Or if you're still afraid of it, that fear is not strong enough to stop you anymore. So we love to see that. Okay, but the beings that love group number 1 without condition. Oh, I'm being told I need to grab you a deck. Who am I to say no? Who am I not to listen? You guys better give me a like, because I'm giving you an extra deck. I feel really called for whatever reason to pull you a card from this deck. So we're gonna do that. And you know what? One thing I love about this deck is that it's very pretty. Like, I love the backs of these cards. Oh my gosh, why didn't I think to use these? I'm gonna have to use these. So you will get both a postcard and one of these cards, but now I'm probably gonna have to get an oracle for the other groups too, which is totally fine. I'm happy to do that. The more the merrier, right? Okay, for group number 1, okay, so this is coming specifically from nature spirits that want to interact with you. And the message is Trillium. So let's see what else says. Learn to appreciate everything delicate and gentle in your nature. Delve into that tender part of yourself that holds the cosmic parent and child. Go within and find the small child inside who asks for shelter from life's storms. Ooh, specifically, if you've been going back to places that you used to spend time in as a child outside, like, I think that there are beings that not only recognize you, but like are excited that you're back there. Wrap your wings around that small one, giving love and comfort. See that child blossom within the unconditional love of the universe into a gentle being of light. And actually, one thing I want to encourage you, a visualization practice that I want you to practice specifically, is visualizing your younger self meeting you now. And like, you can do it at different ages, but like really think about the conversation you would have and get into like both roles. Like, the feeling of wowing your younger self and the feeling of your younger self experiencing you. And one thing that I will say as well is that a lot of your fire comes from softness. Like, one thing that I feel like you should know as well is like your power doesn't just come from like raw energy. It also comes from like passion and purpose, and also the desire to protect that which is sacred, and like you are involved in that, and your younger self is involved in that. Here lies the potential for all things wondrous. Allow yourself the nurturing that will help you bloom into the most that you can become. Too often in life, we all see things that we do not like about ourselves instead of seeing how truly wonderful we are. What a pity. How much further do you think you could go if you were showered with only praise, positive guidance, and support? That's part of what you're doing and what you're cultivating. There is a constant pouring out of these blessings upon you by the Creator. It is your job to accept it into your heart and life. Love yourself. Do not forget your divine birth into this universe. You are a divine spark of that God force, and nothing can take that away from you. It is through you that God chooses to express love on the earth plane. You are an expression and part of God. The fairies recognize this in you. They are often perplexed that we as humans do not perceive our own divinity, something that comes so naturally to the elemental kingdom. They do wish to help, however, so follow their lead. Feel the natural grace that Spirit has put upon this planet. Attune to it. Through nature, we connect to Spirit. Feel the love, peace, and comfort of Divine Spirit in all areas of your life. You are never alone. The cosmic parent is always within you. Write yourself a love poem today. So, yeah, you need to get your, I don't know, you need to get your poet on. I know of poets, I just can't think of their names right now. Okay, this is long enough anyway. I'm not about to take up all that extra time you're getting. That wouldn't be fair of me. But Spirit, what would you like to finish off by saying to Group 1? What would you like Group 1 to know at this time? Okay. We have this little kissing angel. Dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We are here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for Spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you are feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means Spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it moving. Human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. I love when the things that I say turn out to be right. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature, which is literally the Wands are spirit, and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so loved. You are so loved. And that's the only thing that I would say I forgot to mention with this Ace of Wands is just like new experiences. So, and for some of you, they might be like very fun and slightly dangerous, like dune buggies, or like I'm getting specifically things involving like heavy machinery. As a Midwestern girly, you know, I do love to go mudding with a four-wheeler, but like it could be anything. I hope you can't hear my stomach. That would be embarrassing, but it's so loud, it tells on me all the time. So I should probably go get a snack. But Group number 1, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. And I just want to say thank you guys for like doing the dang thing, for being yourselves, because it's one of the hardest things to do. But I think you're about to realize how easy life can be when you let yourself, and you've already been doing it. It's just you're doing more of it. And like, I think what's really powerful is you're reclaiming your time and your energy in ways that it has been siphoned from you in the past. And yeah, if you want to share something you're proud about, like, I would love to hear, like, you know, the small wins that you've had or the big wins that you've had, but just know you're going to keep winning. Like, honestly, you should be calling yourself DJ Khaled, because all you are going to be doing is winning no matter what. Okay. And my hands are going up to your excellence. So group 1, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. So thank you guys so much for letting my ads play in the background for the first 30 seconds while you do something else and mute it and not watch it, or just for getting YouTube Premium and watching me, because not only do you get to watch me ad free, but I am just supported when you watch. So thank you to everyone who does that. You know, if you do have ad blocker, like, thanks for, you know, leaving me a tip or leaving me a like or commenting or subscribing. All of that is really helpful. Thanks for checking out my second channel, which rumor has it there will be videos on it soon. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sending me love. I'm sending you guys love right back. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Fluorite Unicorn and the second stack of cards, this is going to be your reading on good karma and blessings that are coming to you. If I can pick the cards up and lay them down. Okay, so I will lay these out, and then I will not be so close to your ear. I'll sit down, I promise. So to start, we have polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. We have creativity, imagination, expression, originality, passion. We have numerology with precision. We have Horus with strength. I'm actually going to put Horus over here. And the horses, well, it's a unicorn, not a horse, but I just wanted to make a dumb pun. What's life without him? We have journaling. Write down how you're feeling. This will help release anger, confusion, and self-doubt. We have the 10 of Wands. I love and care for myself first. There we go. We have the 10 of Wands again. You guys actually got 2 of these cards. So you also have the 5 of Swords. You have the Tower. And Death. Okay. Well, first of all, don't freak out. Don't assume that this means that you have bad... I feel like this, I'm making this reading for this group specifically. I think that it's your time. And everything's gonna be okay. But I do low-key wish I could, like, swaddle you and just, like, hold you while I give you this message, because, like, I don't want you to be afraid, because there really is nothing to be afraid of, but I could understand why some of you would be afraid looking at some of these cards. But I just want to say that if you have been like, I can't take this anymore, if you've said the words, I can't take this anymore, I can't keep doing this, something's got to give, this has got to stop, well, I have a blessing coming your way. Many, actually. What I see here is very powerful, but I definitely feel like there's a... well, I guess we should call you Papa John, because the day of reckoning is coming, and that's actually a huge blessing for you. The blessing that's coming your way, and the good karma that's coming your way, is you're waking up, in the most literal of senses, in ways that are not only going to save your life, but bring the zest of life back to your world. So what I mean by that is it seems like you have been in a position, and one thing I will say is like, you will know if this reading is for you or not, because if I start like what I start describing, if you're like, that's not my life, that's not where I'm at, this is not your group, because this group is very specific, and this group is in a very specific place where number one, your load is about to lighten by a lot, and if you don't do it yourself, the universe will make sure it happens for you. One big thing that's really interesting here, one blessing that I see is like, there's definitely endings, and I don't want to say loss. What I see are the fires of initiation coming into your life and your world in a way that say, you, my precious, special, and amazing group 2, cannot keep moving forward unless you integrate more wholeness into your world. And where I see a lack of wholeness is within yourself and with your relationship with yourself. And so what I see here is either the results of changes you're already making, or an instigation of change. If the problem is beyond you, like for example, if you are stuck and you need to get out of, like you need to get out of where you are, but it feels like, you know, like you're just carrying too much, there's too much on your plate, you don't know how that's going to be possible. The universe is definitely going to make that happen for you and set those circumstances up. But also, can I soften this by saying one of the blessings and the, I think, potentially good karma things that you're going to be receiving is, I think you're going to see someone who screwed you over majorly get their karma. And like, let's be real, it is about the ego to be satisfied by that, but sometimes we just need to, sometimes a little schadenfreude is what the doctor ordered. And I think that you might, if someone seriously screwed you over, or like if something like really heavy has been weighing on you, or someone betrayed you, first of all, know now that they're already paying for the consequences of their own actions. But on top of that, I think you might get to see the consequences of their actions. Like watching someone be their own downfall, or watching the trash take itself out. I don't like to refer to human beings as trash, but like we can be trash in terms of the value to each other's lives. And I guess, to be fair, some people can be in such wounded states that they're not generating goodness, and that's okay. That's like, well, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to say, we're not judging these people. Well, you can judge these people. I'm not judging these people, because we're all here to live, grow, and learn. And some people do come here to be, to fight for the force of separation and fight for Team Ego. That's their gag. That's their thing. And like, that's fine. That's not your thing. And what I really see here is one of the big blessings coming your way is if you cannot get out of your own way, what is holding you back is about to be knocked down, so that you can actually thrive and start moving forward. Like, I see a broken chariot getting its wheels fixed, and like the horses pulling it, or should I say unicorns, are getting the nourishment they need to move forward. And one thing that I see here is, and I feel like there's a message here from the universe, that things are going to be bumpy for a little bit. And I think you already know that. I think maybe that's why you're dreading these changes, or dreading putting things down, because you know that like they're unavoidable changes. But one blessing I want to add is that you're not alone in these changes. The fact that in this Tower card, we specifically have 2 people running, holding hands. And then in this Polarity card, we have 2 unicorns. I do feel like there is someone, it could be someone special, or just someone who becomes special because they are like your buddy through this. There's definitely going to be someone by your side that supports you as you move through this. And maybe for some of you, it's more of an internal thing, but I still feel like even if you're like, for all of you, you are definitely gaining a stronger connection to your inner self through this. Actually, it's only a stronger connection to your inner self because you're knocking down blockages that are keeping you disconnected from yourself, if that makes sense. It's rather than building something up, you're tearing things down that have been keeping you fragmented or making it just hard for you to, number one, make the best decisions for yourself. Number two, make conscious, wise decisions that feel empowering and aligned with the future you're building. Being able to make decisions from a place of want or desire or joy or for just yourself. I definitely see the era of martyrdom and self-sacrifice is either on its way out because you're making the necessary changes, and so part of your good karma is the lovely results that will come after the turbulence of things restructuring. And honestly, within the restructuring, I think for a lot of you, it's going to be very liberating to just be like, oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, like you might realize holding on was more painful than letting go. I try to tell myself that, and then I go to try to donate some of my stuffed animals and I can't do it. I feel like I'm abandoning them. So know that I understand your struggle. I mean, I'm kidding. I mean, I am honest about the fact that I struggle to get rid of my stuffed animals because I feel bad, but I have nothing else to say to that. What I do have to say is, though, one big blessing to come from this is that I think you're going to get your finances in order. That being said, what I don't see is like a giant windfall of abundance that comes out of nowhere. What I do see is someone locking in, getting really, really specific and precise with their finances, with their spending and their saving, and making a plan, sticking to that plan, and building from there. Like I see one big blessing to come from this time is actually being able to build the financial future you want and creating good habits that keep you from making reckless financial decisions if that's something you've done in the past. Because like, same, who hasn't been there? But what I really see, like, the biggest blessing of this time is whatever is able to withstand the fire of the transformation you're undergoing. And let's be real, it's a transformation. It's a powerful transformation, and it's intense transformation, and it's a transformation that will liberate you. The ultimate blessing that you are getting from this time and that's coming to you is freedom. Freedom from self-sabotage, freedom from manipulation and ego games, either coming from yourself to yourself or coming from others to yourself. Freedom from obligation that weighs you down. Freedom from shame, guilt, or things that you're carrying that you no longer need to, or truthfully never needed to carry at all. I also see you getting powerful signs from the universe as you move through, like, and on it, like, I think that part of the blessing is the chaos that you're going to be experiencing, because it's going to force you to let go, and that might be overwhelming. And I do see that, like, the universe is really asking you to journal or do something that allows you to like just get out any frustration or any pent up energy. Because I actually think, like, one thing, like, if you've been emotionally constipated for a while now, those metaphorical bowels are going to be moving real soon, and it's gonna feel good. Like, it's gonna feel cathartic. Like, crying, for example, is an emotional expression that's a release. Screaming is a release. And I see you journeying through the bittersweetness that is saying goodbye to one chapter of life so that a new chapter can happen, and also saying goodbye to one version of yourself that maybe feels safe, in order to say hello to a version of yourself that feels like life's possible, that feels expansive, that feels exciting, that feels full of possibility, and that actually feels like you, even if you don't know what that quite looks like yet. I see powerful action forward, and I see you stepping into your power in ways where you don't think twice about saying no. to what doesn't serve. And also, you find yourself not even really being sad about the things you say goodbye to, because it's like you have room to breathe finally. Like, I really think for you guys, like this, like, if you have known that, like, if you've been willingly saying goodbye to things and making big changes on your own, and you're afraid, like, is this going to pay off? Yes. You might feel like because I feel this vibe, and I don't know if I already said this, but I need to make sure I said it, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but I need to stress that you guys, like, might think that this that, like, the turbulence that you experience in the near future is like a punishment or bad karma, and it's not. Like, the turbulence could very well be consequences of past choices, but that turbulence is not a punishment. It's literally as neutral as, like, object in motion hits object not in motion, and so now that object is moving. Like, it's literally just like there's a rebalancing that's needing to happen, and it comes at a consequence of imbalances that were created when you've been asleep, or when you've been fearful, or when you've just been in places where you haven't been able to, you know, make the most empowered decisions, or put yourself first. And so I feel like there's this huge emphasis from the universe, like, hey, this is not a punishment, this is a blessing. But not everybody enjoys storms. You might, though. Like, you might, like, for a lot of you, you might find this time to be liberating, exciting, and invigorating. But for some of you, it, like, especially if you're someone who really enjoys like, security, in the sense of, like, if you enjoy, like, routine and consistency, I think that would be a better way to put it. This might be challenging, because I definitely think old routines need to fall away in order for new ones to be built. But a big blessing of this time is actually creative in nature. I do think, like, if you've really been struggling to tap into your own creativity, or if you've just lost your voice, lost your sense of expression, lost your whimsy, you're going to get it back. But I actually think that this time is deeper than you realize, because whatever is meant to occur during this time is actually creative inspiration you will use later. It's also going to bring a lot of wisdom and, like, excitement for what's possible for you. I feel like you're going to, like, when it comes to, like, being on your own journey and, like, the alchemical process of growth and evolution, after this period of time, you're not only going to have so much trust in that process, but you're going to have the hindsight of why those things needed to happen, because the blessings in your future present, kind of an oxymoron, those are going to be so apparent and profound, and bring you so much joy, that you'll understand why this period of time needed to happen. And you're also going to be really grateful that it did happen, because you wouldn't be who you become if you didn't take these steps. Now, I'm feeling really called to read the Horus card, because I feel like the story of Horus really fits this energy. Horus is one of the most significant and well-known gods in ancient Egyptian mythology. His name translates to "he who is above." As the god of the sky, he was the helper of the sun god Ra. He represented the powers of kingship of the pharaoh during most of ancient Egyptian history. Many pharaohs and kings believed they were descended from Horus, the first divine king of Egypt. Horus was usually depicted as a man with the head of the falcon, wearing a word I can't pronounce, a red and white double crown that symbolizes kingship over the entire kingdom of Egypt. His symbol is the famous Eye of Horus, representing well-being, protection, and healing. So these well-being, protection, and healing are not only things that are going to be with you during this time as life restructures itself around the person you're becoming and around your transformation. Oh, I just heard I don't know why I'm afraid of Swifties. I need to stop that. Like, you can enjoy a Taylor Swift song and not be a Swiftie, and also it's okay to be a Swiftie. Like, no judgment there. Love that for you. It sounds like a really fun community to be a part of. And as we all know, the larger a community is, the more varying the personalities are. All of that weird hesitation to say, I was hearing Taylor Swift's, like, the song, like, Look What You Made Me Do. And, like, what she says, like, I'm sorry the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now because she's dead. Yeah, I feel like you kind of have that energy. I don't know, maybe there's a song on, I only know that song off the Reputation album. So I've actually only learned so much about Taylor Swift because of Swifties. So I guess if anything, Swifties, I'm very impressed with your marketing capabilities. And I enjoy Taylor Swift. I just, like, fundamentally do not believe in being part of groups like that, because groupthink scares me. But the Eras tour looked fun. Y'all looked like you had a great time. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. But do you see, like, how careful and hesitant and nervous I was to talk about something silly? I feel like that's an energy that exists within you. And so I want you to pay attention to how you were perceiving me when I was saying all that stuff, because you probably thought, oh, that's, like, you probably thought I was maybe being a little bit dramatic, or like, oh, I don't know why you're being so careful. I don't see what the problem is here. I feel like that experience other people have with you, or you're being super careful, when in reality, you know, you can just be honest. That's a lot easier for me to say than do, because I'm at the mercy of the entire internet. But well, I guess the entire internet with good enough taste to click on this. But speak your truth. That's important. So yeah, Horus lost his eyes from Set, and the eyes were returned to Horus. His right eye represents the sun and power, while his left eye symbolizes the moon and healing. And so I feel like you are getting this powerful, like, your sun and moon energy are coming into balance with you, where like you're bringing in more light, and that is creating more vision to see what has been in the shadows. And I feel like for you, a lot of what's been in the shadows has been, number one, your own self-belief. Number two, prioritization of self. Number three, like, I think that maybe there are fears of not living up to your potential that maybe you've been avoiding. And I also think that there's been a mixture of, like, just general distaste, depression, or like just like anguish with life that I think has gotten, like, to the point where it's just manifesting as apathy now. And that's probably making it harder for you to tap into yourself, tap into creativity, connect to the universe, like, feel like it's possible for joy or hope or good things to happen. I feel like there could be this compounding experience where it's feeling harder to trust in yourself and trust in how things are moving forward, because it seems like all around you, you see, you know, people getting away with harmful things, like, you know, good people being screwed over. I mean, obviously that's a generalization, and what even does that mean? But I feel like there's a powerful reclamation of yourself that is meant to happen through here. And I guess I'll read the top part of Strength, but the romance section, you read that if you want to. You're asked to be strong. The message that Horus brings is not so much about physical power, but more about inner strength. You will need to look inwards, reactivate your resilience, and regenerate yourself. While a healthy, robust body helps with a healthy mind, your spirit needs extra attention to get it in good shape. Perhaps the message you need to hear right now is to take care of your physical being too. The central theme is to gain more awareness of what you are capable of achieving if you take care of your mental stability and headspace. If you are faced with a decision, your inner strength will predict the triumphant conclusion to the problem. There may be some turbulence ahead, but you are reminded here that you are stronger than you may believe. When we really want something and decide to achieve our goal at any cost, we can conjure up the energies we may not have even dreamed of. Also, the message of this card can be prudent. The Eye of Horus sees everything, and that may be required now. Try to grasp your situation in its entirety. Get a clear picture of your situation and decide firmly with a clear vision. If you are on a spiritual journey and do not know if you've made the right decisions, Horus is a clear yes to your question. The magical eye of light protects and accompanies you on the path of your development. Have faith, you are on the right path. So I think one big thing, one big blessing is you're going to get synchronicities and reminders to have faith and that you're on the right path. I also think that as turbulent things happen, especially ones that are out of your control, once the shock of whatever it is over, you're going to feel so light, so relieved, and just so like, oh, that feels so much better. Like, wow. Like, I think that there's a lot of lightness and liberation, like I said before. And also, I think too, you're just putting to rest things that don't need to be in your world anymore. And I think you're processing things in powerful ways that allow you to, number one, carry what you learn and create with you into your future. I think it will be part of future blessings that are a partial creation and partially like maybe what you're meant to share with the world in some ways. Like, I feel like the journey that you're on now is very important and very pivotal to the person that you're becoming. And it definitely requires you to make some hard decisions, to say no to some things you'd rather say yes to, not because like saying yes would be what is best, but because saying yes is what feels safest. You're learning the difference between what security looks like in action, how security feels, and the difference between true security and perceived security. So like one thing that I see here is realizing that like you're actually you will feel a lot safer in doing the pragmatic thing. Like, for example, you'll feel a lot safer saying no to, like, for example, a trip you can't afford with people you don't even like that much. You'll realize like it feels really good not only to save that money, but to also realize that you don't have to be responsible or even worry about what those people think. And it's none of their business whether you can afford it or not, is another thing. But also, I think it will feel really good to make empowered decisions and start planning for future things you do want to do, things that do excite you and do bring you life that maybe you haven't even considered or thought about being possible because you're so busy just trying to keep up with what's happening day to day. I also feel like if you become the villain in anyone's story because of what you need to do to free yourself, I see you fully embracing your villain arc and realizing that it doesn't matter. I also see you finding support with those that just care about you and like want the best for you. And I think they'll actually be really happy to see things in your life restructuring, because I think the whole point of this time is to love and care for yourself first, and to learn what that looks like, and to also learn what that feels like in the moment, especially when what feels safe is not what is actually best. So I definitely think there's a powerful like shift in perspective that allows you to consider more than you were considering before. And if anyone has been like pulling the wool over your eyes or manipulating you in a certain way, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. Also, this is a personal request, not something you have to do, but if you do happen to see some, I don't know, karmic justice delivered, and you want to tell me about it, because I like drama that I'm not a part of. Yeah, let me know, because I'm always curious. I'm a nosy little thing, and I love to hear about things that are none of my business. So yeah, if you want to share, it's anonymous anyway, why not? But I definitely think your load is lightening, life is lightening up, and actually the light that you're going to be just taking in more of is going to allow you to see what's maybe been stuck in your blind spots that's been holding you back and keeping you feeling stuck and disempowered to begin with. While it might be a little bit turbulent, you will be okay. You'll be better than okay, actually. You'll be great. And I feel like this whole process is really going to show you who you are under pressure and who you are when it matters. And I think this is going to be a really healing process of reclamation for you. So I want to go a bit deeper, and for you guys, I'm going to use the Pegasus Oracle, and I'm just going to see, you know, if there's any other blessings coming through. I know these are like, here's the thing that I feel like Spirit wants to stress as well, is like the blessings, like right now, like, yeah, nobody gets excited about like a bumpy ride unless they are at an amusement park and they wanted it. But the real gifts of this time are on the other side of it. I mean, actually, no, that's not fair. Like this time is a gift. And it's one where you don't have to like have your hands on the reins so much, because the universe is kind of, you know, taking the lead to help you disentangle. And truthfully, even if you held on to your past life for dear life and everything in it, like it would fall away and the universe would make that happen. So you can hold on to the reins and, you know, try to hide every new wheel that comes to patch your chariot up, but you're still like life is still going to move even if you try not to. And it's for your highest good. It's for you. And like, this is a gift, this is a blessing, but it doesn't always feel that way. You know, it's easy to say that from an ethereal perspective when you're not in a body and don't have like nerves and don't have to like feel stimuli and shit, but you do. And a lot of what's going to feel good about that is going to come in hindsight and also in just the relief of things settling. But I feel like one blessing that I think the biggest blessing of this time is the fact that like throughout the chaos, like I don't feel like there's any feeling of true devastation or loss. I feel like if anything, there might be like feelings of bittersweetness, like, oh, I'm sad to see that go, but the relief of whatever is leaving feels so much better than like whatever was happening before. And so I feel like you underestimate actually how light and easy this time will be despite the chaos of it. Like someone might ask you like, oh, how have you been? And you might list off a bunch of things that would make a normal person like their jaw drop open, and they'll be like, oh my God, like, are you okay? And you'll be like, yeah, I'm great. Like, I've never been better. Like, this is true. Like, in the words of our Lord and Savior, Janis Joplin, freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you who's on this ride with you, Bobby McGee. I don't know who he is. It's probably bad to admit, but it's a rockin' Janis Joplin song. If Bobby McGee is also another artist that I don't know, feel free to shame me in the comments. I don't know a lot about music, but thank you to everyone who did give me music recommendations recently. I appreciate it. Okay. That being said, another blessing I think you'll be receiving are chaotic detours that lighten the moment, especially when things are just like a slog. But this is all setting you up for a powerful new beginning, and a new beginning that allows you to start dictating life more so on your terms than on the terms of what others would like your life to be, or the terms that others would like because they like what they get from you being in their life. Like, I feel like anyone that doesn't serve your best interests or have your best interests at heart is not going to survive this period of time. But anybody who does withstand the fires with you, you know that's like a forever friend or a forever person you've got like by your side. But what else, Spirit? What other blessings? And honestly too, like, this is technically good karma. Like, whatever changes you've already instigated, like, and whatever turbulence you've experienced as a result, like, following that will always, like, it is like, it's good karma in the sense that, like, it's just the results of you're restoring balance to a state of imbalance, and so things are being restructured. And while that can be scary, because change is scary, you're like, it's not a punishment. If anything, it's a blessing, and it's the result of the goodness that you're doing. But it's like exercising. Like, exercising might not feel great in the moment, but it certainly, like, feels great later in the day to not have your brain screaming at you. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, eating right all the time, like, eating very healthy, like, it will, like, it can and usually does both taste good and feel good. But you know, sometimes it doesn't taste as good as it feels, you know what I mean? Especially, you know what I mean. Okay, what are there any other blessings coming through for my group 2s, please? Yes, Fierce Pegasus of Fire. Let's go. Ooh, I wanted to mention as well, the number 11 and 111 seems to be significant for you. Pegasus, guardian and teacher of the soul, manifests the sacred blessing of spiritual fire to cleanse, protect, and stimulate the soul's divine potential. Yeah, this is exactly what's happening. Like, the series of events that unfold before you, whatever happens, it's all to set you alive. The creative power of the element, or reignite. If your Agni is dim, it's being reignited. The creative power of the element of fire burns through negative energies and karmic attachments, animating the spiritual flames within the heart. When divinely ablaze, the heart is capable of love that heals oneself and others. This is the heart that knows how to forgive and let go, retaining pure love and goodwill towards all beings, no matter what may have transpired between you and them. Fire holds the genius of purification. It burns away that which is unhealthy or helpful, so there is energy available to foster new pathways and connections. Okay, well, this is really reassuring. So you can understand that I'm not, like, just trying to say, no, this won't be, like, I'm not, like, saying all of this to be, like, to, like, just make you feel better. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. And a lot of times when you're in these situations, you don't want to hear that because you want to commiserate about how much it sucks and how scary it is to be in such a turbulent place. And guess what? It can suck and be scary and also be a blessing. So, but it may also not suck at all. And it might not even really be scary. It might scare you how much you enjoy it. I don't know your deal. When sacred fire clears your soul, you may experience a loss, not necessarily an unwanted one. You are asked to let go of toxic situations that are impeding your growth so that you may receive a blessing of passionate inspiration and a realization of your divine potential. Whether you consciously recognize it or not, your soul is ready for something profoundly new and alive. Yes, 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 yes. You have a deep yearning to express the wild love of your heart, yet your life may feel out of control and you may worry about what is unfolding. Although you may temporarily find yourself in undesirable circumstances, you will ultimately be happy with the outcome and realize you are being given what truly ignites your spirit and brings joy to your deserving heart. Beautiful new opportunities are on your spiritual and honestly literal horizons. And this just says, beloved Pegasus, I call upon the enlightened wisdom to manifest the blessings of the fire element so that I may know fearlessness, unconditional trust in the divine, intuition, and the fruition of my heart's deepest desires for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Ah, God bless Alana Fairchild. All of her works are great, and that woman has no idea how many times she has validated my own work in just more well-written and clean, neat ways. Ugh, I appreciate her work so much. Oh, postcards. I'm so distracted with you guys. I like the turbulence has hit my psyche, and like, I'm not complaining, I'm enjoying it, but I apologize if you were wanting some steady focus. But yeah, honestly, like, if you are in a turbulent time, I will just, like, in general, like, I recommend anything written or created by Alana Fairchild. If you like the general, like, viewpoints of life that I have, like, we're pretty much in agreement with a lot of things, but she's just, you know, so wise and so evolved and has an incredible body of work. She's like her work is awesome. So if you feel drawn to any of it, that might be something to check out. Okay, so we're gonna finish off with a postcard, and this can be, I felt specifically called to say, like, if you want it to be from someone who has passed on, you can pick that. You can pick just any being that loves you, and what's the best for you. So spirit, guides, loved ones of group 2, what would you like group 2 to know at this time for their highest good, please? What does group 2 need to know? Okay, so it says, dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you toward? Joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it. If you can step forward, surrendered to whatever spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. And with this check your motives, I think this is big because, like, that's those moments when you're like, when I was talking about, like, making decisions based on, you know, what feels safest versus what's actually best for you. You know, what's best for you might not be what feels safest. So, you know, if your motives are, I want to say yes because I don't want to feel guilty for disappointing this person, when you don't even know if they'll be disappointed. Like, and even if they are, like, I promise you they'll get over it. But also, like, when you are struggling to know if you should make a decision, like, should I do this thing? You know, ask yourself, why are you doing it? You know, are you doing it because you just want to speak your truth? Are you doing it because you want to release? Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it because you feel like you should, or you think this is what the universe wants of you? That's not the goal. Because I do think there's a reconnection to self here. And this is about learning to make the decisions that are best for you, without needing to rely on, like, outside approval in order for you to know that it's the right decision. Because honestly, outside approval might help you make the wrong decision sometimes. So, but that's not going to even be your problem, because you can make all the wrong decisions you want, but there is nothing that will get in the way of you, your divine spark, and the greatness that you are meant to unleash with humanity, just by living your story and sharing it with the world. And I'm sure you will, in really powerful ways. And I'm really proud of you. And my group 2s, if you guys want to have a little support section in the comments, feel free. Leave me a unicorn if you got it this far. But group 2, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. I don't know why I'm breathing so deeply. I think it's just been a day. It's been a long day. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. Please do not like literally watch them, mute them while you go on your phone or like do something else. Or just get YouTube Premium, because then you can watch me all you want ad free, and you still benefit me. But you know, anything else, thanks for leaving me a like, a little comment, a subscribble if you want to. Thanks for signing up for my email list. Thanks for checking out my second channel. Thanks for leaving me a tip, especially you ad blocker people. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you've got ad blocker on and you watch all this and you don't leave me a like, I'm not saying it's bad karma, but I am saying you're missing out on opportunities to put more goodness out there. I'm definitely not the determiner of what karmic justice is, but I would appreciate a little goodness my way. So thank you for anything back that you would like to give. But if it's just your love, then that will do. So thank you guys so much for watching and for letting me read for you. I really hope this reading helped, and I hope you feel prepared to be the divine baddie that you are. I love you guys so much. I really hope this helped. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. I promise I won't be this close to the mic for too long. Just gotta set these down. If you guys chose the Druzy Agate Star and this third stack of Oracle cards, this is going to be the good karma and blessings on their way to you. Now, so to start, we have Black Cat with good luck. Okay, if you've been seeing like 111 a lot, or 1111 or 11, ones could be significant. Also aces in general. This is kind of a deep cut, but I was thinking specifically of a Gen 3 K-pop group called AOA. I don't know if any of y'all know them, but they literally have a song called Like a Cat, and they have a song called Good Luck. I don't know what's in those songs, if there's any meaning there. Maybe that's just extra confirmation, but I do think there's a lot of angels around. Like the AOA stands for Ace of Angels. So I do wonder if there's like a lot of angelic energy around you. We have trust, leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, believe and you will fly. We have the solar plexus chakra. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. I release myself from self-inflicted binds. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. We have Nefertari with diplomacy. And we have career. Your career holds exciting, positive energy right now. Expect miracles. Okay, well, I'm slightly annoyed that I wish it all, it's okay. It's okay. It's great as it is. And you're great as you are, group 3. One thing that I see here, one of the biggest blessings that's coming to you soon is just, it's a lot of things at once. Being in the right place at the right time, being in the right energy at the right time, and being the right person at the right time. I don't know if I said being the right person, but I need to say that again. I think honestly, the life that you hold this lifetime, part of the blessings that you're meant to reap in this lifetime, I feel like are actually things you seeded in past lives, interestingly. Whether you believe in that concept or not, I do feel like your spirit has done a lot of good deeds. I wonder, like maybe for some of you, your south node is in Aquarius or like Pisces. Doesn't need to be, but one thing I do see here is for all of you, there's a lot of good karma when it comes to, and blessings when it comes to career prospects, but also everything is aligning in your favor. And you can generate a lot more good karma for yourself by literally just believing in yourself. One of the blessings of this time moving forward is getting out of self-inflicted binds. You know, one thing I always say about the Eight of Swords is the important difference between the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords is that with the Eight of Swords, you can free yourself. It's self-inflicted mental anguish, and I definitely think that if you've been in a position, or if you are right now in a place where maybe you're disappointed or frustrated with yourself, like beating yourself up a lot for the things you may be self-aware about enough to recognize, but maybe not skilled enough yet to mitigate what you're aware of, or choose differently, that I do see is coming. But really, there's a lot of good energy around you just thriving. Like, one of the biggest blessings that I see here is you either becoming aware of being on a path that, like, you're either becoming aware of this, or you've been following a path that is now allowing for this. Tons and tons and tons of unlimited, well, as unlimited as it could be. I don't know what limitations, let me not get lost in the weeds. Unlimited possibility, essentially. One of the biggest blessings coming to you is, and also good karma, is tons and tons and tons of possibilities opening up to you, new opportunities, new plans, and a highly attractive energy, and a highly attractive, like, in general, like, you're already highly attractive, and this goes beyond physical appearance, but I mean, I see that as well. If you're not in this state already, like, one of the big blessings that you're going to be receiving, and honestly, I would say this is also like good karma as well, just because you've done a lot of inner work and you've also like just been working really hard on yourself. You're stepping into yourself with a renewed sense of purpose and power. And rather than feeling like you have a direct plan of where you need to go or what you need to do, instead you get to bask in just a return to self, which feels great, but also a return, not only a return to self, but it's a discovery of, like, okay, what is me this time around? Because one thing that I see is that you've moved through some powerful transformative energies, and I feel like your focus on this past time of transformation, I feel like you're really focused on maybe what you didn't achieve, or what opportunities you may have feel like you missed because you didn't have the energy or ability or presence or maybe even desire to go after them. And I feel like one of the blessings of this time and moving forward is you're going to be able to release that with a lot of peace, because you're going to realize that, like, the opportunities that are meant for you will never miss you. In fact, they'll come back around and come back around. And so for all of you, I definitely see things in your career going really well. I feel like this is a time where you do have to take healthy risks, but they pay off. And not only that, even if, you know the phrase, like, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Like, I feel like that's kind of the vibe that you all have. And that's kind of the blessings and, like, good karma surrounding you in your life right now. Like, I feel like you've put a lot of investment in others, and also just a lot of investment in your principles and what you believe. And you're stepping back into yourself, like I said, with a renewed sense of purpose that allows you to be far more unapologetic about what your goal is, what you're aiming for, and also what you won't put up with, and also what you won't, like, tolerate. Like, I see a blessing I feel like there's this emphasis as well that like your guides and the beings around you really want to stress that a lot of the goodness coming your way is not just because it was you were the lucky winner and it was decided to be bestowed upon you, but it's really because of the choices you've made and an unwavering commitment to seeing through whatever life throws your way. And not only seeing it through, but seeing it through without compromising your integrity, without compromising your morality, or compromising your values. And I think things are about to come full circle for you in a powerful way where you realize that, like, I think that a past period of time that you've been in, you're going to realize that that was necessary in order for you to get to this place where there's so much possibility in front of you. Not only that, but the fact that we have Nefertari here, this also tells me that one of the blessings of wherever you've been, why am I hearing Cotton Eye Joe in my head? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? If you've been struggling with focus, I think one of the blessings of this time is your focus is either going to be refined or it's going to strengthen so that you are putting more of your energy into what is meant for you and put your energy into possibility rather than fear or, you know, things that get you in this Eight of Swords, like rumination or like paralysis energy. That is not really going to be affecting you as much, and in fact you're going to be able to identify, if not already very easily, like what you need to shift your focus away from because it just doesn't help and it doesn't serve. But also I can see here as well that whatever disappointments you may have endured recently or have had happen, what's coming in front of you is really gonna make you be like, wait, oh, like people might be like, oh, you know, like, how are you holding up? And you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine. I actually forgot that happened until you brought it up, because you're just gonna be so focused on future possibility and also like a reconnection to purpose and potential that reminds you of the infinite nature of the soul's journey. And for you, I think that you're in a place where this is your first time in this human life, where you're able to start anew unapologetically, because there's just less weight around the fears and consequences of what happens if I take up space and be empowered. I feel like, you know, there's also this blessing with Nefertari here. Like, I'm pretty sure her name means something like beautiful consort or something like that, or beautiful person. Don't quote me on that, but I do think that one of the blessings of this time is that people are going to be like, I do think that you will have a degree of pretty privilege, and even if you don't think that you are pretty, I feel like your energy is pretty. I feel like you're pretty whether you realize it or not. And honestly, like, a lot of attractiveness is not physical attributes. It's how you style yourself, how you carry yourself, your confidence, your attitude. But honestly, if you don't see yourself as beautiful, if you don't see yourself as pretty, if you don't see yourself as handsome, like, that's the first part of the problem. Like, nobody gets to decide that for you. But the point of all of that is to say that I do think that, like, one of the blessings and / or good karma, or both, honestly, is everything is working in your favor. Like, the odds are in your favor in so many different ways. Like, the only thing that can really sabotage you is yourself at this point. And so one of the blessings that you're about to experience is, how good can it get? and what goodness do I want to attract into my world? What do I want? What do I want to build? I also feel like, though, there's a reclamation of your body in a way where you feel more like connected to it, for one, but also connected to a sense of self that you don't have to diminish or dismiss because of a fear of shining, or like a fear of, you know, if I don't dim my light, like will I offend other people? Will I hurt other people? Will I upset other people? And you're shifting into, that's not my problem, which I love to see. And I think what you'll find is that the more you unapologetically take up space, the more you are rewarded for it. I wish I knew who said this, because it was so brilliant. I was reading something on Substack that someone said, and they said, like, you know, the reason why so many terrible people, you know, are thriving isn't necessarily because society rewards that, even though it does, but it's also that those are the types of people that take up space and ask for what they want unapologetically, and they go after what they want unapologetically, no matter how people feel about it. Like, there's a reason why beauty influencers that have been canceled on this platform, I mean, there's a reason why the people, I say all this to say, you cannot shame the shameless. And really the only people that are affected by like that sort of thing are those like with, you know, integrity, and like people that like actually, you know, care about the impact that they have. And see, like, here's the thing. I feel like I got sidetracked there. I didn't mean to come for beauty influencer. I mean, I just don't need to be messy in a tarot reading. What am I doing? The blessing is being able to unapologetically take up space without the same weight of shame, because you recognize that the same people that are condemning you or that might have an issue with you doing that are oftentimes the same people who don't live up to their own standards, or who don't even like have, you know, the courage to be rejected, or the courage to be mocked, or the courage to just be seen in ways where you're not in control of what other people think. You're here to make your mark on the world. And like the blessings and good karma coming to you are all of the resources internally and externally needed to make that possible, and all of the assistance in ensuring you're in the right places at the right time with the right people and can make things happen. Not only that, but I actually think you have the ability to change people's minds. The skills that you have with communicating with others and being diplomatic, I think will favor you greatly, because not only can you take up space and be a more embodied and empowered version of yourself, but you can also do that without stooping to the level of those that want to take your power away, or who want to diminish it or demean you. I feel like this is all coming through, especially because there's this energy of leadership here for you, where I don't think you've ever necessarily wanted to maybe lead, but you're starting to realize, like, if you want life to go the way that you're starting to dream it could be, like, maybe it kind of requires that. Not only that, though, there's a lot of piss poor leaders out there, and a lot of piss poor representatives of many different communities. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm crossing my fingers. I really do feel like there is this cultural shift happening where people are starting to be less like, I feel like there's a shift from, like, at least I this is maybe more optimistic of me, but I do feel like there is a shift of awareness of, like, and a greater level of discernment, I feel like, from the public around like what voices we amplify. I mean, well, that's not true. I don't even know what I'm saying. You're about to be blessed with everything you need to be the type of leader that people want, need, and deserve. And as a result, you are going to be blessed handsomely and find renewed purpose, not only in career, but new career opportunities, promotions, whatever you're trying to do in your career space, you have the power to make it possible. I apologize for getting all, I wouldn't say it's necessarily philosophical. I guess I'm just making giant generalizations based on patterns of trends that I've seen. I want to be, like, I feel like human beings are being more discerning, and I feel like they're starting to recognize, like, the importance of discernment when it comes to, you know, the people we listen to, like, the, you know, the people that we give our focus and attention to. Like, it's important that we're discerning with that, because some people do not, like, not everyone uses power in ways that are good. We know that. And I think that you are an example of someone who has the wisdom and the courage and the ability to use power responsibly. I guess that's maybe what I'm trying to say, is I think people are becoming more discerning and are starting to recognize, like, figures like you that are capable of holding more nuance and complexity, and also actually can be accountable and can withstand the fires of dealing with the public. Because I do think there is something here about dealing with the public. It doesn't necessarily have to be online, but I do think, especially if you are in a job where you interface with a lot of people, I think that your ability to shine as a leader is something that is really powerful at this time. And I think you're going to continue to be blessed the more you stand up and you take up space, and you do shine. And there's just a really beautiful energy of being unapologetic about it and recognizing, like, I don't know what lies ahead of me, but I do trust my ability to handle it, and I do trust my ability to navigate challenges and interact with people in ways that don't make me a hypocrite. Like, I feel like you're someone who's very worried about hypocrisy. And I will say, like, you know, like, we're all kind of hypocrites, I guess. Like, but I think maybe one of the things that you're realizing is that it's okay to be hypocritical sometimes, because maybe that's what leads to wisdom and awareness and understanding and more compassion and grace for others to do the same. I really feel like you could be getting exciting communication as well, either from an institution or from a person that you've been wanting to hear from. Ultimately, though, like, a lot of the good karma and blessings that are coming to you, like, you've earned every single one of them, and you were built and designed specifically to shine as you are. I know that's a bit of a platitude, but, like, it is the truth. Like, you definitely came here to burn bright and burn down bridges that keep us divided, and spearhead building new ones that are sturdier, stronger, and can include more than the old bridges ever could. You have real power. And I understand why you're terrified of it, because a lot of people in power do terrible things, but that doesn't mean you will. You know, it's those that don't really want the power that are usually the ones that should be wielding it. Like, you know, the ones that want power, you usually like, I wish there was like, the way that I see people that want power, it's like, it like reminds me of when someone's playing a video game and they've got like a little cousin and they just like give them like a controller. And so like the little cousin will like think that they're playing the whole time. I wish we could do that with people that seek power for selfish gain, but that's also not relevant. I don't know why. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I feel like my own thoughts are getting in the way of your reading. Oh. This bitch right here. Do you see how in the delivery of your message, I started pausing a lot and getting all like in my head and overthinking and being like, wait, and then being like, shit, like I've already thought like 2 or 3 times, do I need to stop this and start over? Like, does this suck? Have I said anything like of value? Or and maybe some of you intuited some of that and picked up on it, but I don't expect any of you to do that, because you're here to listen to a reading. You're not here to listen to me blah, 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 about my process. But one thing that I noticed is like, I feel like I am undergoing what you are actively fighting, and I feel like you're the biggest inhibitor to you believing in yourself is just mental discipline, because it's really a focus thing for you. I think that, and let's be clear, like, focus is something that many of us struggle with, and I think like you have the ability to build that focus, and I think it's going to get easier as you are more unapologetic about where your own self-direction, you know, says you need to go in. I think you lose focus when you start thinking about like big, broad implications, you know, of, and tiny details and like nuances of like how someone might take something, or how this behavior might create a ripple effect, or how, like, to the point where it's hard for you to really get anything done or like feel confident in your ability to take action at all. Because I feel like you haven't trusted yourself to be imperfect, and I feel like you haven't allowed yourself the gift of being imperfect but still trying and going out there and doing the dang thing anyway. And the big blessing that I see happening here is complete exhaustion from living in a way that centers everyone before yourself, and centering yourself back in, you know, in the driver's seat of your own life. And on top of that, accepting imperfection and accepting that sometimes, you know, maybe something will be lost in translation. You know, maybe someone will, you know, feel like somebody will interpret you in a bad faith way. But if you truly make a mistake, like if you truly do something that causes harm, you have the skills and the inherent desire to repair that, to build bridges, to, you know, you're not being reckless or, you know, harming people for the sake of, because it's fun, or because you don't care. You do care. You care a lot. And one of the blessings of this is that you have been in this process of refinement and maturation that is allowing you now to be open to possibilities you never thought possible, to have opportunities that, you know, you wouldn't have been in the right time or place for if you'd taken other ones in the past. That maybe you're like, maybe I should have done that. You'll be really glad you didn't, because the blessing of you having an unwavering commitment to just following your own vibe, and moving through the challenges that you have, is you've developed particular sets of skills that will allow you to be incredibly successful in whatever endeavors you either discover or desire to pursue, or whatever, even if it's a path you're already on, There's a renewed sense of purpose and just a lot of good energy and good luck around you. Like, truly nothing can stop you. Like, you are the epitome of like if you had a song, it's Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Like, you are in such a good position to really thrive. And thrive in ways that thrive in a way that what I mean by thrive specifically is not like reaching a destination of oh, I'm thriving, but rather bringing the energy of thrive to your everyday life, like striving to thrive every day. And I feel like that like your everyday life is going to be a lot lighter, a lot warmer, a lot sunnier than it has been in the past. And I just feel like, you know, if life has felt really gloomy and like dull and dead and blah, and like you've been really fearful and unsure of yourself, know that not only is it ending, but you're going to come out of this period with a renewed sense of purpose and a renewed sense of, not a renewed sense, a greater sense of who you are and what you're capable of. And one of the challenges as you move forward is definitely going to be like, okay, now I've got these cool potentials and possibilities in my mind. What am I going to do with it? I see that there's opportunities to travel, maybe travel/working opportunities should you want it. I also just see though, like, you being blessed for taking chances, putting yourself out there, being seen, and stepping up instead of waiting for others to, or waiting, like instead of waiting for opportunities to happen, you're going out there and asking for them, or showing up in ways that naturally attract them to you. And you're definitely losing a lot of the internal criticism and self-filtering that's maybe stopped you from taking these steps in the past. And one of the cool things as well is now that, you know, you've grown even more and are a more mature version of yourself than like how you would view your past self, like you just have more certainty, you have more experience, you have more awareness and understanding of yourself than you would have if you took opportunities sooner that you felt like you weren't ready for. Maybe there was wisdom, not maybe, I think there was wisdom in you knowing what you weren't ready for. And even if, like, if you didn't say no, maybe you just did nothing. Maybe that was what you needed to do in order to be here. And I think that the biggest blessings that are coming to you soon are partially surprises, but they're also just the realization of, or the reconnection to, the unlimited potential that you have and the unlimited like ways in which your life can unfold and the potentials of what can happen because you're at this place of renewal. And I don't even know the right word. I do feel though, like, too, like, even I keep pausing a lot and like just stopping, which I think if you've watched me regularly, I yap a lot. So that does seem significant. And I do think that there's going to be periods where you are lit up with inspiration and motivation and passion and trust and courage to follow a certain thing, to act on an instinct, to create a thing, to do whatever. And then cause and effect will happen. And then there will be a period of dissipation where you're kind of like in these rest points. And in these rest points, not only do you get to like see how, like, your own belief in yourself, like the courage to take action, the courage to take the lead, you're going to see the positive results in that. But it's also going to be like a butterfly effect where in these rest periods, you're going to have even more ideas, even more inspiration, even more potential for what could be possible. Like, you know, you travel to one place and you meet someone who's in the same field as you, and you get to meet all their friends and their friends. Like, there's definitely a butterfly effect happening for you, like a butterfly effect of goodness, where you get to choose the place and the time, and the universe will make sure it's right. That's what's really cool. And I'm very excited for you when it comes to that. You get to be choosy, and you also get to be human. You get to be human and imperfect, and actually give yourself permission to do that, and realize that, like, you're still a kind person, you're still a powerful person, you're still, you know, a strong person, you're still a valuable person, you're still a worthy person. And in fact, you know, like, I think one of the things you'll realize as well is that you've really been missing out on loving your imperfections. And I think one blessing that you're going to realize is that the more you just allow them to be, instead of holding your entire self back because you're unsure if your imperfections will be visible or not, like, you'll start to realize that your imperfections that maybe you were ashamed of are actually just some of the things that are some of the things that are so beautiful about you and so wonderful about you. Like, this really is like just in general, just a reclamation, a coming home to self. And ultimately, I see a lot of good karma surrounding your career, a lot of blessings when it comes to your career, a lot of good energy in terms of what you're putting out and what you're getting back. Like, there's doors are opening up for you where none had even been built. Like, they are appearing out of nowhere and are opening up for you without you even having to touch them. And on top of it, you are being shown through these experiences that everything you had been dealing with previously, like you know, the journey that you've been on, it has prepared you perfectly for where you need to go. And you'll realize, like, oh, I needed to take that detour and you know, learn that lesson, because now I've gained this skill that's helped me in this area. Like, you're just gonna find that there's a lot of serendipitous coincidences that show you that, like, no matter how off track you feel like you may have gotten, or no matter how lost you may have felt, you were still found in those moments. And in fact, maybe you were on the right track the whole time. It just didn't feel that way because the challenges ahead of you required you to build skills that maybe you wouldn't have cultivated if you thought you were on the right path. So definitely just a lot of good luck, good energy around you, a lot of blessings. That little light of yours, you're going to let it shine. A lot of opportunity to try new things. I think, honestly, you can even enter spaces and start up conversations organically and even meet new people, make new friends, make new connections. This is a great time to network. And if you're like, well, I don't know how to do that, well, then read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I don't know, like, there's tons of books on how to socialize, but you honestly don't need it. Like, you've got your own razzle dazzle. If you just honor that, you'll be fine. Even if you are a little bit different or a little bit weird, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit weird. I will say, I think I've done quite well being a little bit weird, and maybe your weirdness is part of what makes you stand out. So one final blessing I want to mention before we go deeper is you'll get to see how beautiful your mind really is, and you'll get to show your mind how beautiful you really are, and like your humanity is, because it will have the opportunity to gain more lived experience in real time of who you are when you live by your own definitions, when you live by your principles, when you live by your values. I think not only is it going to build a lot of confidence in yourself and make you feel just really good in who you are, but I also think it will be like extra reinforcement for, you know, those that might want to criticize you or tear you down. Like, you will literally, like, what are they doing? like, I think your brain is gonna have like a, like almost a revolution, or not your brain, but like your internal dialogue is gonna have some sort of revolution where instead of your internal dialogue tearing you down, it's lifting you up and tearing down any external threats that could make you doubt yourself or believe that you need to be smaller, that you're doing something wrong by showing up and being seen. The world needs you, and you will get a lot of blessings and goodness from being yourself and being what the world needs. So I'm gonna go deeper and just ask, this is more of a guidance deck, but I wanted to use it as like you can take the guidance, but I feel like whether you take the guidance or not, like this is something you're meant to experience or meant to feel or receive or learn. So for you guys, I chose the Love Your Inner Goddess deck. You do not have to be a woman for this deck to resonate. But if you do have discomfort with your own feminine energy, then this is the best deck that I could be using, because everybody has it and there's nothing shameful about it. It's not even gendered, it's literally just energy. Okay, so what other blessings are coming to group 3, please? Yep, we have freaking beautiful. It is better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Yep, you are here to march to your own beat. You can be happy and free, whether the world looks at you with awe, admiration, confusion, or love, or all of these at once. Others can love you even if they can't understand you. Being different doesn't have to mean being alone. It's only when you try to change yourself to fit a stereotype that you will lose your way, becoming unhappy, discovering obstacles, and feeling increasingly rejected or defeated. The universe doesn't want you to be someone else. It wants you to be you. Yes. When you quit trying to fit in, enjoy being yourself, you win. Normal is not for you. Don't be afraid of that. Deep down, you are the good kind of crazy. An individual. You would never be happy trying to be the same as everyone else. You have an inner sense of justice and a need to question authority when it doesn't earn your respect. That's the thing, is like you might step back from your own authority because you don't want to be authority, because you know, oh my gosh, this is such a mood. Because you know that like authority sucks. But maybe your authority doesn't. And maybe your authority is exactly what's needed. This may make some people uncomfortable, whilst it inspires others to think for themselves and not automatically assume that everything they are told is correct. We need more of this in our world. You are a free thinker with a different point of view to most people. This isn't a sign that something's wrong with you, but a sign of something special, a gift to see and express things differently. The world needs much more of that too. Your weird streak is a proverbial breath of fresh air, preventing unimaginative collapse into the boredom of sameness. It also makes you a divine poster child for others who want to break free from conformity and unapologetically be truly themselves. It means that you get to dream up your own destiny and you don't have to worry about what anyone else has to say about it. The universe will support you every step of the way because it so enjoys you just being you. And yeah, there's a sacred ritual to use the art of self-expression through fashion, writing a poem, a song, busting out some unconditional dance moves at the beach, or hugging trees at the local park. Definitely go speak to trees. Like, trees need our love. Go with whatever feels joyfully freeing for your freaking beautiful soul. And it is. Like, this could not have worded better what I was trying to say. Like, you are getting the blessing of being able to unapologetically let your freak flag fly and realize that you should have no shame in letting that fly, because there are very real flags that people proudly fly that represent just some of the worst things humanity is capable of. So you should never be ashamed to let your freak flag fly when you see some of the other flags that people fly proudly, that I will stand on. Okay, now we're gonna finish off with a little postcard from, this could be your higher self, a spirit guide, an angel, passed on loved one, whatever source you want. But they do have to love you unconditionally. So the beings that love group 3 unconditionally, what would you like group 3 to know at this time? Oh, look, it says live your dreams. I love that. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity and ego, you begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less of a connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you can sure feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes to see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential. I said it. This feels especially good, I'm not gonna lie, because this whole reading felt like a complete fumble, and I don't know if I said anything of value. So that I'm sorry, there was probably some drivel in there. I'm working through my own thoughts. That'll be on my second channel though, so you should be subscribed to that because the energy's building. But I've just got so many things I want to make. Anyway, spirit who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Let me say that. Infinite potential lies in spirit who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind, in alignment with the divine intelligence, is unstoppable. What I tell you, I told you. Get your mind right, everything will fall into place. Well, and let's be clear too, it's not even that your mind is wrong. It just needs guidance. It just needs a reminder of where its focus should be. The mind is best as a servant, not a leader. The heart should be the leader, and the mind should support it, in my opinion. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind in alignment with divine intelligence is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Yeah, I really honestly couldn't have said it better myself. Like, everything is about to align for your highest good. I mean, it already is, but you're about to reap a lot of good karma that I think you were meant to benefit. Because honestly, like, I think part of it too is like, however you incarnated this lifetime, I do feel like, you know, the earlier part of your life has been very challenging, and I think life is meant to get easier as you get older. But I feel like there's even things you've done in like past lives that, like I said, like I feel like you came here and like specific blessings are on the table for you because like you need them in order to make your work possible. And also like you've earned them. Like you've earned like on a soul, like there's meritocracy on a soul level where you've earned the right to bypass certain challenges, or you've already learned lessons that other people, you know, are still learning. And so you just need to unapologetically claim the fact that things might be a bit easier for you moving forward. And that might be hard to accept because you might feel like you've earned it less, but that's just not the case. That's not true. You've earned it. And you deserve every bit of goodness coming your way, and you deserve to feel so good about it, and you deserve to feel so proud of who you are and who you're becoming, because they're a really incredible person and the world is really lucky to have you. So group 3, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. I don't expect you to watch them. Ideally you mute them, or you just get YouTube Premium and watch me ad free, or you just leave me a tip or a like or a comment or a subscribe, or just send me good vibes. I'm sending you good vibes right back. You don't have to do anything. I'm just grateful you're here. But that is all I have for you guys. I love you guys so much. I really hope this message resonated and brought you what you were looking for. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!